are, Nickolaus. You are at the heart of it all, the Results Operating Centre. It really is supposed to be launched in about an hour's time. Are they ready? Are they on track as far as time is concerned?
Tommy, I have to say there's doubtless a little bit of a calm before the storm now. This place behind me here, the Results Operation Command Centre for the Independent Electoral Commission of South Africa, as they process the local government elections that are taking place on the 1st of November. It is all systems go. They're officially going to launch the ROC in about an hour's time, as you've already mentioned, and we'll get an indication of the overall readiness the IEC feels it's at in terms of delivering a free and fair election. There's been no shortage of drama in the run-up to this poll. First, there was going to be a local government election, then it was, of course, postponed on the back of that report by former Deputy Chief Justice Dikha Moseneke, and then the IEC really left with a short amount of time to try and put on this election. So we'll definitely be asking the question about whether or not we can trust the result, the outcome of the local government election as delivered by the IEC, in comparison not only to previous elections, but also taking into account the challenges that the IEC has faced in the run-up to this poll, with the Constitutional Court really giving them a demand to host this election between the 27th of October and indeed the 1st of November, when the poll is being held. So all systems go behind me here. We've seen one or two dignitaries already pass through the entrance to the ROC. Security quite tight, as you can imagine, but there's a whole throng of media that have showed up as well, as the media get our final marching orders for this Independent Electoral Commission's hosting of the election. People who have been here before, reporters who have been here before, know that this is really the nerve center of the entire process, and where we begin to see the results. I mean, the outcome. It's all systems go in terms of campaigning for the politicians, but it all comes down to this place here, the Tshwane Event Centre, where the Results Operation Command Centre is being hosted by the IEC. Tommy.
Perhaps, Nickolaus, I'm going to ask you to give us the ABCs of the ROC. Who is going to be there? What exactly is going to be happening there? And why is such an important place?
Well, we are going to hear from the Independent Electoral Commission. I should only imagine it's going to be Glenn Mashinini, the chairperson of the IEC, that's going to tell us about the overall readiness of the IEC's Results Operation Command. It's basically where the votes get tallied overall nationally. Of course, there's going to be regional IEC officers that will collate the results and then feed them directly through to this national ROC, right? And this is where the overall counting and the results begin to become a little bit clearer. And then several days after the election, it's also the venue where the final results get announced. There's been no shortage of drama at the ROC over the years. If I can think back clearly in my head, I've been coming to elections here since 2009. That, of course, a big year, the first election that was won by former President Jacob Zuma, and then indeed the local government elections in 2011, the first sort of indications that the ANC's hegemony in the South African body politic was beginning to erode. And then, of course, the huge big drama in 2016, not only when the ANC lost their working majority in several big metros like Nelson Mandela Bay, Tshwane, and even in Johannesburg, and of course also that protest that was held in remembrance of the rape accuser against former President Jacob Zuma, Kwezi, with that protest, really a silent protest that was held by a number of women, causing massive consternation within the IEC's Results Operation Command Centre before they were scurried away by police. So ROC this year, is it going to be the scene of drama? Well, if the campaign is anything to go by, I should imagine so. In many aspects, this is anybody's election to take at this point in time. The ANC severely weakened by a host of corruption scandals, mired in allegations of really a lack of handling local governance in the past 5 years. And of course also infighting. Which ANC are we dealing with when we talk about the governing party at this point in time? You should think that it would be fairly easy for opposition parties to capitalize on this. Well, the main opposition party, Democratic Alliance, has of course, become mired in its own set of controversies around those posters that they unveiled in Phoenix, all sorts of allegations that they are now thoroughly a white party and have completely abandoned the opportunity and the chance to grow their voter base by focusing on a black constituency. And what is in store indeed for the third biggest party in South Africa's national body politic, the economic freedom fighters? Will we see severe inroads being made into the black vote now that many black people feel as though that they just simply can't vote for the Democratic Alliance, now perhaps turning to the economic freedom fighters, even if they don't always agree with him ideologically? And of course, Tommy, as well, let's not discount the role that smaller parties do play in local government elections. You just need you don't need a hell of a lot of votes at a local level to try to actually have a meaningful impact in terms of the construction of a local government in hung municipalities when there's no outright winner. And speaking to analysts in the run-up to the votes on the 1st of November, there's indications that there will be several hung municipalities, and we're looking forward to years of coalition governments, minority governments. There may even be possibility to run the whole election again. If memory serves correct, that has not happened in South African electoral history. But, Tommy, this is the state of the really unpredictable waters that we are in at the moment.
Nickolaus Bauer, thank you very much for that appetizer. He is at the Results Operating Command Center in Pretoria.